and welcome to episode number 8 of the Spaghetti and Meatball Show.
Number 8? I thought it was 7, but it's
number 7
8.
last week with Justin Broaden. If you haven't watched it, go back and tune in. We are on YouTube and Spotify as well.
And
Instagram.
also Facebook.
So go check us out, the Spaghetti and Meatball Show. On Instagram, we're spag_meatball. So go check us out. And yeah.
I didn't even know that. Well, Kylan takes care of all of the logistical stuff.
I am the logistical man.
I just work out the camera and ways being seen.
Kylan's
yeah, well,
so obviously
man,
I'm a bit more important, you know, doing the whole business side of things.
Look, if that
not much of a business though.
If that makes you feel better, Kylan. No, it's been a big week this week.
It has.
Very, very big week. It feels like the week's actually gone for longer than 7 days. There's that much that's been going on.
Well, yes.
Yes.
Well, it's only been 5 days of the week so far. So.
Given that since the last time we filmed the podcast, a little bit's happened.
Oh, yeah.
Because we normally film on a Tuesday. This is not a Tuesday.
No, this is a Friday. We're filming it. This
is
30
actually
minutes
live?
before it's live.
No editing. We just straight off the camera onto here.
Yeah. No editing whatsoever.
No, it's been a big week.
We've got our producers out the back that can just chuck in everything for us. Producer
course,
Jono,
Producer
thank
Jono.
you once again. Producer Emily, Derek, Fact Check Jack, thank you very much.
So they're all going to be making an appearance on our show
They will.
soon.
Producer Jono will be making an appearance very soon, and that is guaranteed.
Maybe next episode. Is that a big call?
Yes. Well, we're not going to guarantee it, but it's
I'm
possible.
guaranteeing it.
Producer Jono? No, he says no comment yet.
Well, Producer Jono, you're a pussy.
Oh no, he said he's sick. He's sick.
No, that was Producer Peter.
Don't try and make more producers.
Producer Peter, do you not remember Producer Peter?
Listen, I know he's Ben and Liam's studio. Stop trying to make us seem as if we're on Nova.
Okay, sorry. No, it's been a big week. So obviously we had the Met Gala that happened.
Ah, yes.
Do you
see Kim Kardashian?
Well, technically I didn't.
Well, yeah, I didn't see her either.
Yeah. No, it was
bit of an odd choice of costumes.
Legend actually says it was Pauline Hanson under there.
How about Addison Rae making a big appearance? Don't mind that.
I didn't see it, so.
But apparently it's really interesting because it's like the Met Gala is like the popular of the most popular of populars, right?
Yeah.
And she got invited, and she's only been popular for a year. On TikTok. But she's normally it's people that but this is extreme famous people from
Billie Eilish
that have to build their career. Billie Eilish hasn't been put there last year. She didn't go in last year. She was popular last year. She went this year.
Yeah.
Popular the year before. Billie Eilish is a very popular person.
And then you have the
I still don't understand why did we not get an invite?
It's disgusting. Come on. For sure there's one fashion label that will sign us up. Maybe if you're into fashion, you can head over to danieldemonado.com and get yourself some straight out of quarantine merchandise. Cheeky plug.
Of course.
So please buy my merch because I have a lot left. But yeah. But
I haven't bought any, so.
I just gave them to you, Kylan. So, but with the Met Gala...
Because I don't like to support local talent. Not that you're talent.
I was going to say, speaking of the Met Gala, did you see
American
politician AOC with her dress that said tax the rich? Mind you, she's sitting at one of the richest events in America, possibly in the world, wearing a $30,000 dress that says tax the rich.
I don't understand really rich people that say tax the rich.
I don't know her financial status, but if you're at the Met Gala, trust me, they're not pulling you off of bloody Curry Street where you're laying under a bus shelter. Yeah. Be here.
They're not pulling you off of Hollywood Boulevard when you're sitting on the sidewalk with your dog.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, for all your American viewers out there.
Yeah, just for the American viewers, He's got to analogize. No, that's definitely not a word. You know how
I don't know what you mean. That's not an analogy.
Yeah, that's definitely not an analogy. I don't know what I'm talking about now.
No.
But no, I thought it was an interesting point to bring up, Yeah.
I think they should pull some of the people off of the streets on Victoria at the moment and take them to the Met Gala. Yeah. Well, see how that would end.
Victoria's had a interesting couple of days. First they banned break rooms for tradies. So the roads actually turned into break rooms for tradies. The tram tracks were the new break room. Some guy had his Barbie out there, full having a Barbie in the break rooms.
But I didn't think tradies really had break rooms anyway. Don't they just sit
down? No, they do. They have like when you're at a construction site, you have your rooms where you go and have breaks. Normally, you know how they bring those
most construction
rooms?
sites I see, they just go out to KFC.
They have like
they just have their lunchbox and they'll sit on the roof eating.
I have never seen that.
I have.
But like they'll have like a site office
from a family of constructioners,
Yes, of course.
They just sit there and eat.
On top of that, they wanted to mandate the vaccine for tradies.
They have.
Well, yeah, they have. They have
mandated the vaccine.
You need to be vaccinated by this point in time, but then they've put a stop on construction for 2 weeks, and then as soon as they do that, they get a 5.8 magnitude earthquake.
5.9.
5.9 magnitude earthquake, and the tradies aren't allowed to work.
Yeah, my theory is that but my theory is that New South Wales were getting all of the attention. They were getting all of it. Gladys, Hal Gladys, all of that stuff. Like it was going crazy there. And then Victoria, I think, was just getting a little bit jealous. So they said, "Give some here, give some COVID to us, and then we're just gonna really fuck it up and make it really bad. And then let's just throw an earthquake in the mix so we can get extra attention." The biggest earthquake in Victorian history.
Was it actually?
Yeah. I think it's the biggest earthquake in Australian history as well.
Yeah.
5.9 magnitude. That's pretty big for Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, well, pretty weak in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what I reckon.
Cool, you withstand 5.9. Try 9.9, huh? Sure you wouldn't be able to withstand that, you pussies.
What?
Yeah. No, I just don't understand the people that are out protesting. Like, I don't believe in it. I think you should just stay home.
Yeah, like
I don't care.
I suppose it's like their job and stuff. And again,
I get that you meant to, and the Premier of NT said the same thing. Like, I get that I'm meant to say, and like other people are meant to say, it's okay to not want to get the vaccine, but you know what? I think it is not okay if you get the vaccine, if that makes sense. I think you should get the vaccine, no matter what. Well, I think you should be getting the vaccine.
People should be able to make their own opinions based on what they want to believe.
Yeah, but cool. But then don't join in with everything everyone else is doing.
Yeah, again, if people don't want to get vaccinated, that's their choice. But they should also be aware of. Well, they shouldn't be upset when places say, "No, we don't want you because you're not vaccinated."
Yeah, like the tradies.
I'm not a vaccine specialist. I haven't looked at the vaccine in depth. I don't know much about it. I've got it. My GP told me to get it.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
I trust my GP, so I went and got it.
Yeah.
But if they really want to get all of these tradies vaccinated, all they got to do is say to them, "Look, if you get vaccinated, we're going to give you some Wingfield Blue 25s, and we'll give you a carton of iced coffee." And they're all going to put their hands up.
It's a minority of the tradies though. There's 300,000 tradies in Victoria that are still at home, just waiting at home.
I was waiting for some stat that you can 3,000 tradies and
300,000 tradies that are at home that have done the right thing and got their vaccination, and then there's this minority that are out on the streets, which is I don't know, a couple thousand, 1,000, 2,000, whatever. It's not even half of them are probably aren't even tradies.
It's a loud minority,
which is loud. It happens all the time with everything,
of course.
But they're making everything 10 times worse. The only reason they blocked out trade. They put a 2-week hold on us because they had 150 cases from work sites in Victoria.
Yeah. See, I'm unaware of this stuff. I haven't really been...
So 14 days of stopping it, then, that might, make it a bit easier.
Might slow it a bit.
Might slow it down a bit.
Yeah.
They're just trying to do it whatever they can. And in my opinion, it's Daniel Andrews' fault that the earthquake happened.
Of course.
Everything is his fault.
It's his fault.
No, I just say, they're using non-lethal bullets. Bring out the lethals. It's been 4 days.
Enough of this paintball shit. Come on.
It's enough of the rubber bullets, It's been 4 days. You've given them enough warnings. Just bring out lethal force.
And even with
they haven't listened.
You see what happened with the journalist, the Channel 7 journalist? Disgusting.
Well,
he's doing his job. He's doing his job. He's reporting on something. Okay? And for you to disrespect a journalist like that, whether you agree with the mainstream media or not, that's irrelevant. To disrespect someone who is doing their job
And it's the exact same with the police. I get that you're unhappy with the government, but it's not it's not the police's fault though.
Yeah.
They're just there. That's their job. They're just there to
that's
stop you
fair.
from fucking around with Parliament House or fucking around with the Shrine, because that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're saying that, we're not aggressive, and then civilians are driving their car on the highway and they're throwing umbrellas at their windows and breaking their mirrors.
Why umbrellas?
I don't know. That's all they had. That's all people have here, and throwing bottles. And they're saying, we're not aggressive. And then you watch a video of the protesters jumping on police cars and smashing their windscreens and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
And I get you've got your right to protest and everything.
I
get.
No, I agree.
You want to protect the rights, but
you can protest. That's fine.
do it peacefully,
and I understand that, but you just don't be a dickhead about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
I just don't get it.
You get a bit worked up about this, don't you?
Yeah, it's just
a little
stupid. Like, I get that you're a hippie. Just go drink your oat milk latte at home.
With
like,
half
I don't
a sugar?
care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. It's only 4 grains of sugar. And they can tell the difference between 3 grains and 5 grains.
Well, normally they just chuck in a sweetener because they don't want the extra kilojoules, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what sweeteners are, you know? You know the difference. I just learnt this the other day. The difference between sugar and sweetener is sugar adds in more kilojoules for
I don't really care.
And sweetener doesn't.
Yeah, right. I don't really care. I eat caster sugar out of the packet. I don't.
Or caster sugar. Caster sugar.
I don't get it.
It's cocaine. when you don't have to explain the joke, it's a lot funnier.
Well, I don't think anyone would have understood it.
I think people would have.
Anyway, I'm just not happy about what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, what can you do?
Like, they've ordered him to stay. And I'm happy with the way that the police have gone about it. Because, the first protest, they were calm, they didn't do anything. Then the second day they brought out, pepper spray.
Yeah.
Which is, the low of the lowest. To just be we've told
or
you...
capsicum.
We've given you the warning, capsicum spray. We've given you a day of just letting you do what you want. Now, you need to, stop. So they've used their capsicum spray. And then they've used it another day. I get why they're bringing in, rubber bullets and stuff, because 6 cops went to hospital.
How many protesters went to
None.
hospital?
There was one that went to hospital on, the second or third day. That lady that got pushed over by the cop.
Because I'd be interested.
Don't fucking get in the way and you won't get pushed over. They're telling you to get back 30 times and you haven't got back.
Yeah.
I hope they slam your head into the gutter.
But I would be curious to know the police to protester ratio.
There's more. There's 1,500 police to 2,000 police. That's what it has been. I don't know about today.
Okay. Thanks, Commissioner Beach.
But there's a lot. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more protesters. But I think that's some of them come there. It's just hooligans. It's just young hooligans that are out to have a fight. They don't care.
But I don't even think
they don't care about the 2 weeks off because they're making it worse. If you cared about the 2 weeks off that much, the government's not going to change their mind. You don't go and do it like the 300,000 other people that are doing it. They've interviewed people, other tradies and stuff. They said, we're not happy about it. We hate that we're having the 2 weeks off, but we don't want to make it worse, and that's why we're just staying at home.
But I think they've obviously had this law that's passed or whatever it is, a health thing. I don't know exactly what it is that's saying that they have to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
But the South Australian government did that with truck drivers, and then 2 days later they just backflipped on it because truck drivers weren't going to deliver anything. I think the same. Again, I don't know what the vaccination.
Yeah, but the tradies are going to deliver.
I don't know what the vaccination rate is of tradies, so I'm unaware of this. But if the vaccination rate is very low within tradies, guaranteed they're going to backflip on the law.
But I'm pretty sure it's high.
I'm unaware of this.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's pretty high.
I'm not going to.
Maybe chuck a fact.
I'm definitely not going to look for any fact checks because. No time.
We'll chuck in a fact check.
If I find something, I'll chuck it in.
We'll chuck in a fact check. I can look it up now.
No, I'll look it up when I'm editing. Because I think it would be a very interesting point. To bring in there. We don't want to get we don't like getting too political on here, but
I'm just really worked up, and I've had enough of it.
You just hate protesters because you're like a dictator.
No, I know. I'm happy if you want to protest. I don't really care as long as you don't destroy property and you don't go to your union and start a fight with them. Did you see that? They were bashing their own union members. What fucking kind of tradie are you when you go to your own union and you bash them? Yeah,
well, maybe the union's not. Performing.
No, the union's fucking awesome. And they're just disgusting.
But the union's meant to be there for the tradies, and sometimes the union's not there for
they're there for the 300,000 tradies. They support the 300,000 tradies.
I don't know about this 300,000 number. It
Let's look
sounds
up.
extreme.
It does sound extreme.
I'll chuck in a
I heard it.
I'll chuck in a fact check. Let me
just check. We'll just.
I'll chuck in.
Can we just pause it?
No, I'll chuck in a fact check.
I really want to find it out now.
I'll put it in. No, because don't. You don't want to know. The viewers will know, and we'll be still going on about it.
Well, we'll just cut it out.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to cut it.
Please let me look it up.
No, he wants to look. No. See, this is why you've got to come unprepared.
Because I'm really
No, you got to come unprepared. You got to come prepared, Kylan.
Yes, I will. Yes, because I'm never prepared.
Did you prepare a sign off?
Did you? Do you know I do have a sign off now?
I have a sign off as well. No, don't say it yet though.
No, I'm not. The sign off's at the end of the video. Anyway, I'm just really angry. Like the past 2 days, it's been okay. I keep it to myself, but I've had enough. I've actually had a guts full.
As soon as the microphone's put in front of Kylan, he's like, "You f***ers."
Just put in curs at the end.
Yeah.
Of that. Just cut it out and just leave the curs. You curs.
So they don't know what I'm saying. They think, "Oh, who's Sam? Sam Kerr."
Anyway, I've just had enough, and I think it's actually disgraceful. 300,000. I hope it's 300,000 because a fact check would have been put in.
That's if I find it.
I'm just worked up about it. And I think it's disgusting.
What can you do?
It's the biggest police operation in 20 years. Biggest police
in Australia,
operation. And did you know that they've put a ban on? They put a ban on media helicopters in the CBD.
So the police helicopter can fly there.
No, like Channel 7 or stuff. They put a ban on it because the protesters were tracking where the police movements were, so they could go to different spots. But now they've said, "Oh no, it's okay as long as your feed is an hour delay," which is smart.
Yeah, true.
Smart call. Because it's true.
That's understandable.
Yeah. Oh, no, I 100% agree. I'm glad that they went back on it, though.
Why didn't the police be a bit smarter? Come on, Chuck, get the invisibility cloak.
Bring out lethal force.
Have some snipers.
Why do they not bring out them trucks like they have in Germany when they spray that water at people? Have you ever seen them?
That's just a waste of water.
Well, it's not like there's any bushfires at the moment, so we need to use it up.
Not yet.
Bring salt water out, sting the fucking eyes. Shoot them with rubber bullets and get the wounds, and then spray them with the seawater. Sting, man.
That's like when you get a cut and then you put sunny on.
Yeah.
You cut yourself. I got a cut in the middle of
like the alcohol wipes when you wipe.
It kills.
Yeah. I'd just say sucked in.
Well, you said we don't have any bushfires, but Scott Morrison is actually currently on holiday. So
is he?
He's in the US. You would have seen what's
with Joe Biden.
What is it? The AUKUS, the Australia. Was it AUKUS?
And just about the vaccine. Everyone says, we need to trust the Australian government. Well, France trusted us. France trusted us, and what did we do to them? We fucking stuck our root finger up and said, "No, fuck you, we're going to America."
Well, no, but what's happened is they've signed this AUKUS deal, which is Australia, UK.
I actually don't know all the dates.
And the US, and it's for nuclear-powered submarines. So no nuclear weapons, or as Scott Morrison likes to say, nuclear weapons. I don't know if you saw that. He said it at a press conference. But
I'm sorry that he had one slip of a word. I'm sorry that the man isn't perfect, funny. Daniel. But you've had many slip of words on these podcasts. Let's chuck it in. Let's chuck it in. Remember that time when we did our trial podcast and all that food fell out of your mouth?
We have
to chuck in.
I can't chuck it in now. Too hard. I've got to find it. But as I was saying, so yeah, they went and they've done like a thing there with AUKUS, and I don't know if you saw Joe Biden actually forgot Scott Morrison's name. He's my pal from Down Under. Which is very nice of him.
Do you see that? ScoMo was having an interview with
and he said that's what he gets called from him. He always calls him his pal. Good save, But I think the thing
I'm sure that he might actually always say that, though.
A possibility. He probably never.
You can't jump to conclusions all the time,
But I think it's interesting how the alliance is working, because obviously it's got to do with China and their aggression in the South China Sea, with territorial issues.
Yeah.
And you've got Australia, which have a very close range in comparison to the US and the UK to China's South Pacific Sea.
What about France though? France just not happy?
France were...
Because aren't we making submarines for them?
I'm 90% sure that...
'Cause I know the Euro...
I think France had the deal to make submarines.
No, I thought we were making submarines for them.
No, I think that they had the deal to make submarines.
I'm not all over it.
Their deal was...
But I know that the Euro... what do they call it? It's got all the stars.
The European Union.
European Union aren't happy with Australia.
Yeah, because the deal was worth like $55 billion.
Yeah.
It's worth $60 billion, and they're building them here in Adelaide.
Yeah, that's right.
Osborne.
Yeah.
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 That's what it was.
Yeah.
10 submarines.
Yeah,
I've never really understood submarines. You know, how do you even see where you're going? The periscope.
Are they yellow?
The periscope doesn't go yellow.
Are they yellow
But
submarines?
how does a periscope go to the surface if they're 100 meters underneath?
Yeah, I've never understood it.
I reckon they have like they actually have a tugboat that takes them. You know the tugboats that you get on cruise ships when they're like navigating them out of the channel.
Oh, do you mean when they're driving out of the channel?
Yeah, the tugboat.
No, they just helicopter them out. They just get like 10 helicopters and they lift it up and they fly out.
If only that worked.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Or maybe they do like the launch, like they do with the boats. You know how they slide them down, and then it would just roll.
How cool is that? Funny. I remember watching this one where there was like a road right next to like the lake they put it in, and the road was just flooded.
Yeah.
And there were cars waiting. It's like, well, I wouldn't drive my car in that. And you got to wait for all the water to go back.
That's right. Get a blow back out. You'll be right.
Yeah, true. Get a squeegee. Pull out the squeegee.
Get a sponge.
That's actually why I keep a squeegee at the back of my car, just in case they're doing a boat launch.
A squeegee.
A squeegee.
What's a squeegee?
Squeegee. There's like the thing that's got the foam layer and you push all the water back. Squeegee. Yeah. That's a squeegee.
Yeah. Like your windscreen wiper.
Yeah. That material, yeah. Yes.
Interesting. Anyway.
And again, before we move on, big thank you to our sponsors at High Street Cafe, who have been absolutely tremendous with hooking us up with a lot of stuff. You know, well, they hooked us up with the Colox. So
thank you, Colox.
Thank you. This is our Colox.
Courtesy
of High Street
Cafe.
I was about to say courtesy of High Street Colox. Yeah, but you can also go to High Street Colox to get your Coloxes.
No, they don't sell them, so don't go. No. They go to IKEA. But they're not our sponsor, so we didn't say that. Yes, so head down to High Street Cafe Kensington. It's good friends, good coffee, and it's coffee made easy. We'll be back right after this break.
This program is proudly brought to you by High Street Cafe Kensington. Good friends, good coffee, and it's coffee made easy. Visit High Street Cafe Kensington.
And we're back. Big thank you to High Street Cafe Kensington.
Big thank you. Big one.
IKEA.
Big thank you. I've got a big one.
You've got a big thank you?
I've got a big one, yeah.
Oh. Can't relate. No, as
we know.
Obviously, we were talking about our Colox here, and that made me think of
You've got a big body because you're obese. But I've got a big crutch.
No, as I was saying.
But you know what they say?
What do they say, Kylan?
Big feet, big socks. No, sorry.
Yes. Big hands, big gloves.
Yeah.
Obviously, we went on a little bit about IKEA's Colox, and that made me think of some of the most iconic commercials that we would have heard. And
on IKEA.
Yeah, it made me think of the one where it's like, Start the car! Start the car! And it's just some like chick running.
Yeah, and she's got the bag. She's like, Start the car!
But I never understood, why is she saying start the car when she's leaving IKEA?
What do you mean?
She's leaving IKEA because she's got bags. She's at IKEA and she's
because she's got really good sales because she's thinking that it's not true that like how cheap it is. Oh, so she's running out and she's saying start the car to her husband.
Oh, that actually makes so much sense because
she doesn't believe
she thinks
that
she's
it's
stolen.
so cheap. She thinks that like that they've charged her wrong, and before that they realise she's like start the car.
I actually never put that together.
There's also an advertisement back in 2003, I think it aired, and it's for an insurance company, and it's a little boy, and he goes, his crocodile came up, bit me in the parts, in the bits. And my leg went that way and my head went that way. Yeah, that's all it is.
And we tried to
really
find
funny.
the kid
it. I got it.
afterwards. We tried to find the kid after that commercial had been done, but no luck. He's from North Queensland, so yeah.
No, he did get buried soon after that incident.
Obviously, his head and his legs were never brought back together.
They were never found.
They were never. No, they were never.
Still
brought
to
back
this
together.
day. I'm pretty sure Crocodile. No, maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, but poor kid.
Crocodile Dundee
Got
the crocodile and found the guts.
Yeah, he
the
did
head.
that in the movie. That's why the movie was created.
Mm.
Yeah.
all because of little Jonas.
Little Jonas.
Jonas Leblonsky.
Jonas Leblonsky. Oh, before we move on anyway, do you see the Brownlow? Ollie Wines, the first Port Adelaide Football Club
I don't think
player.
it was deserving, in my opinion.
I think it was deserving.
Do you know what
Not
Ollie
that I
Wines
watched
looks
any
like, in
games.
my opinion? For all the AFL supporters that, know Ollie Wines, he looks like one of them wee characters. He's got such a square face.
Yeah.
You know how you can make a wee character with a square face?
Well, someone said
Exactly
to him,
like that. I made a character. It's probably still on my Wii. I don't know where my Wii is. Somewhere. But I made a character and it looks exactly like him. And this was before he even became
well, when he
famous.
got his invitation to the Brownlow, it said, "Be there or be square." He did both.
Oh, good old square face. What a flog.
He was also there was a player that played for Adelaide United. I think his name was Ramsey. I might
Gordon?
be wrong. No. He was a soccer player. I'll put a photo up now. He also had a very square head. Yeah.
Cool.
I thought I'd bring that
Can
in.
we put a photo up of Gordon too?
Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Gordon Ramsay.
He's
There
got
is a new cooking show coming out, Celebrity
Gordon
MasterChef.
Ramsay?
The Celebrity MasterChef, which I think is interesting because half
Is
of
it
them...
just celebrity chefs that are masters?
Well, half of them I haven't really heard of.
Oh.
So,
Who are they?
Well, I don't know who they are because I've never heard of them. I know that Dilladuk Jayasinka is on there. I am
Anyway,
a fan
moving
of
on
him.
to other advertisements.
Yeah, I know you want to go on to the other ads. Go
Yeah,
on.
what do you have?
Well, I would say that something that's extremely iconic in the day and age now, and this is a very I
I know where you're going. I know what it is.
the KFC commercials. Nothing beat them. They are the most well-known commercials on Australian TV right now. Mark my words. You've also got Victory Curtains and Blinds. Victory Curtains.
I think that's only South Australia, though, dude.
131399.
Do you know what's the most iconic ad? Is a reading
And
and
writing
writing hotline.
Which you would have called a lot of times.
655.
06.
I could never call a number because I couldn't get it down.
Yeah, well, they originally had the female voice on that ad.
Well, I couldn't do it because, they'd read out this number, right? I couldn't read the number on the screen, and then she was trying to say all the numbers, and I was trying to write it down. I don't know how to write. I was hopeless, and I'd only get half the number in, and then I'd have to wait until the ad come on again, and I'd do the next bit.
Well, they actually had the female voice on originally, and
Who told you this fact?
they had to change it to the male voice because the male voice was slower, and people were able to listen clearer and write it down.
Why did they not just get the girl to sing it a bit slower, Daniel?
Well, I think it's more of an authoritative thing, like power structures in the past, where people will take things from men, but not from females. I don't necessarily agree with it. I just think it could
you
be
do agree with it?
I don't
there you
necessarily
go.
agree with it. I think it could
Disgusting.
just be a thing that is relevant to the situation.
No, I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. I just made up.
I heard that she got attacked by a crocodile, and her leg went that way and her head went that way.
And then Crocodile Dundee found her.
Yeah,
And actually
that was the movie number 2.
Well, anyway, I'm getting some breaking news that we're going to be heading over to Kylan Leblonsky.
Are we?
Because Kylan Leblonsky did want to make an appearance in our episode. Is Kylan Leblonsky making an appearance?
Oh, I've been in the head by a bottle. I've been in the head by a bottle. Oh. I've been hit. I'm going to have to throw back to you, Kyle, back in the studio.
And there you have it.
Oh,
Leblonsky.
Kylan, I hope you're okay.
Yeah, Kylan Leblonsky, I hope you're all
Sorry,
okay.
Kylan Leblonsky. I think
He
he was
must-
over in Victoria
he must
in the
be at
protest. Good to see him made an appearance. So
Yeah, no, big thank you to Kylan Oblonsky. And I did promise that I was going to edit the video of Kylan Oblonsky at the prelim, doing some interviews. But
that will be coming.
That will be coming. It was meant to be coming last week. It's going to be coming this week. Mark my words.
Big call.
Big call, I know. Don't make me do an apology video. Yes.
Do you want to go back onto ads or?
I'm happy to move on.
Oh, okay.
We're probably pushing near the end of the podcast. Yeah, we've done a good run.
I hope you've enjoyed it.
Are we going to be doing our Gumtree segment next week?
We are. If we get a special guest on, we should be.
Maybe go the next week. We'll go 2 weeks from now.
All right. Maybe we'll just do it every 3 weeks.
Yeah. No structure to it.
We seem to not be very structured on this show,
and I think that's good.
And I find what's the point of structure?
Even with me, I like to structure my outfits so that I'm not wearing the same thing for a consecutive week because I own 3 t-shirts now. I have my straight out of quarantine t-shirt, my fuck t-shirt, and then I just bought Lewis Spears merch. So 3 t-shirts.
Oh, good to see you pumping up someone else on the podcast.
I do like a 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week off, 1 week on,
I don't really care much about structure anyway. Like, obviously, the tradies in Victoria didn't do a very good job considering the buildings were falling down in the earthquake. Not very good tradies. I wonder why they're on 2 weeks. Off for 2 weeks, bringing in some good tradies from SA to fix it up.
Are they actual?
No,
I actually thought about that. I thought that they were like import tradies.
Why the hell would they ever do that?
I don't know. I don't understand how it works.
Neither do I.
I think that was logical though.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, I'm heading over to Optus Stadium this tomorrow for the AFL Grand Final, which is good.
Nullarbor, you're driving down there?
I'm driving across there, so I'm going to leave straight after this podcast here this Friday night.
Fun fact about the Nullarbor, this is really interesting. The Nullarbor is actually home to the longest golf course in the world.
Really?
The Nullarbor Links. It's 1,600 kilometres. The golf course. So there'll be like a hole, you'll play it, then you'll drive like 30 k's, and there'll be another hole, you play it, and the
Did you say 1,600 kilometres?
1,600 kilometres. 1,600 kilometres. I think so.
I think it's only 1,600 kilometres from here to Perth.
No.
2,000 maybe.
It's probably pushing 3,000. Yeah.
Nice, Gary. No, of course. Yeah, of course.
It would be,
Of course. But are there many balls on that track?
I'm not sure.
On the Nullarbor?
No, there's null. But the whole point of the
should have stuck with null. You ruined it when you went into the nil.
I'm sorry.
Like, you just got to think. You got to step back sometimes when you say stuff and just think, is it really necessary for me to continue on? And sometimes you just got to think, no, I'm fat.
Yes. I don't even know what to say to that.
Yes.
Well, I reckon that's going to...
just quickly, Daniel and me are actually going to start playing squash together. So if you do see Daniel lose a few kilos...
I've been roped into this. The only squash I'm into is the one that starts with lemon.
Yes, of course. We can tell too.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I am...
So if you do see him lose a few kilos, I'm sure that it's pretty easy to notice.
I do love squashing things. Pretty much do it every time I walk.
Wow, we've really gone into the self abuse.
See, this is
the episode on the turning point where he starts, making fun of himself. So here we go. I don't have to make any jokes.
This is when you start digging the deep hole into depression. Well, I reckon it's time to move into our sign-off segment. So do you want to do your sign-off first?
No, you go first.
I know you do yours first.
No, I'm good. My sign-off, it was going to be to the police officers at the protest, but, I've cooled down a little bit now. I do sign off to them because my hat's off to them and pants off as well. But, my sign-off is, to all the tradies here in South Australia that know how to build structures to withstand an earthquake.
Yeah, that's a good sign-off.
Yeah. I could do so many different ones.
Well, do you want me to do my sign-off now?
Yeah.
My sign-off is to the people who... They are getting their vaccinations and they're getting their second dose. I sign off to the people that aren't getting sick after their second dose, because it just shows that you're not a pussy. So, so just putting that out.
That's what
there.
it means. Yeah.
Yeah. It's important because, if you're not getting sick after your second dose, like...
Did you get sick after your second dose?
I haven't had my second dose yet.
When's your second dose?
Monday.
My first dose... Oh, no, it's not. It's something else. It's
So
for herpes. It's my
that-
herpes injection. They inject me with herpes.
But I'm actually getting my second dose at like a self-vaccination
I'm getting mine in
clinic.
2 weeks, my first dose.
Yeah.
Because I
Well,
have another like HPV
HPV.
injection, sorry.
HPV. Yeah.
And I also sign off to all them people that, don't wear masks. Yeah.
I actually was serving at my work, because I work at a supermarket, and I was serving, and this old lady came in, she wasn't wearing a mask. I could tell that she was clearly had breathing difficulties, like probably asthmatic or something. And like, I didn't ask her about it. I don't ask anyone that comes into the store that doesn't have a mask. I just assume they have an exemption if they're not wearing a mask, because that's like...
Yeah, well,
what
I
you're
had someone come into my work the other day, and they weren't wearing a mask, and they're in a wheelchair, and I don't know, they clearly had asthma. I don't know, they had like a oxygen thing as well.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
came in and I've said, listen, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to refuse service too. You're not wearing a mask. Yeah. So,
Well, as I was saying...
as the business is now closed.
Yeah. Well, no, the chick
Nah, sorry,
the
continue.
chick full pulled out an exemption
Oh, and showed you.
and showed me, and I was like, thank you. Like, not that I really cared, but yeah.
Very nice.
But I think, like, don't judge a book by its cover.
Oh, no, I agree.
Judge a
Yeah.
book by the blurb at the back.
Yeah, I agree.
So if they have a nice
You need
bum,
to know a little bit about them.
if they have a nice bum, then
Yeah.
hit them.
Daniel's got a pretty big bum.
Thank you.
Okay. Nice.
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 Anyway, I reckon that's bringing us to the end of the show.
That's the end of this show.
That is the end of the show. Now, if you do want to follow, me and Kylan, you just got to look at what we look like from the behind.
You were going to stand up
I
and
was gonna
turn around
stand
and
up
you
and
just
turn
butchered
around.
it so bad.
I was like, do I do it? And then I was like, no, it's too hard, because when I get up, it's going to be awkward.
Yeah, and the Spotify listeners wouldn't understand.
So yeah.
So if you want to follow us, just click the subscribe button or the
click
follow button.
or click like.
And after this episode, after the bit of politics in it, if you don't like it,
just come
still
back.
subscribe.
Still subscribe. Like we
Come back next week.
We do want to steer away from politics, and we encourage conversation. That's what me and Kylan do.
Yeah.
Because me and Kylan don't always agree with
And
stuff.
comment in the comments.
Yeah.
I'll find you if I don't agree. So it's all good.
Yes. And he's not joking.
I found Daniel. Not that it's hard to find him with him. How big he is. I just saw him one day on the back of a semi-trailer, because that's the only way you can be transported these days, because you're so big.
And on that note, big
Anyway.
thank you to everyone for listening.
Thank you to High Street Cafe.
Big thank you to High Street Cafe. We've been the Spaghetti and Meatball Show, also previously known as the 2.5 Men. No
Yes.
longer known as that. But a big thank you for watching, and we'll leave you on a note. I'm going to leave you on a note. C minor. Thank you very much.